the north lawn of the White House today, demanding Congress pass an assault weapons ban, demanding they pass a magazine ban, and vowing to do it or not stop until it is done. Tons of news today here on Monday, guys. Welcome in, everyone. Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association, coming to you live tonight with a little late night American Firearms Association live, broadcasting on over 24 stations and channels and pages across the country. Let me know where you are watching from in the comments. Sign in, check in, comment. There's Minnesota is here. Greetings, Patriots, from Jonathan. Pound that like button, pound that share button. We are talking about this new assault from Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats here tonight, guys. They are bloodthirsty. Every shooting, every high-profile thing that happens across this country, the radical left already has their playbook ready, and they are looking to pass an assault weapons ban, guys. So many of y'all are checking in right now. There's Iowa, Ohio. It's going too fast for me even to count there in the comments, guys. But once again, Patrick Parsons here with you tonight. We are talking about the press conference today, or the ceremonial signing ceremony today at the White House, where you had Joe Biden, you had Kamala Harris, and like literally hundreds of these gun control advocates on the north lawn of the White House, where Joe Biden had a big fancy fest about the gun control bill that they passed a couple of weeks ago. How many of y'all remember that gun control bill that came up a couple of weeks ago, guys? Red flag gun confiscation, $750 million crammed down the throats of the American people. And it wasn't just the Democrats who did it. It was the Republicans standing there on the front row. And if you go on our Twitter account, Facebook page, any of our social media channels, guys, you will see Texas Senator John Cornyn. He's got bright white hair, standing on the front row. He's got kind of a checkered shirt or jacket on. Joe Biden makes a beeline for him at the conclusion of this press conference, and he shakes John Cornyn's hand. Standing right next to John Cornyn is Chris Murphy from Connecticut, the architect of this gun control deal. The Republicans did this gun control, and they stabbed you directly in the back, and Joe Biden knows that. But here at this press conference, it's not like he was praising the bill that they passed, other than to say, oh, it's a good start, right? He's literally insulting the bill that they just passed, which we know is nothing but a power grab from the federal government. We know it will be damaging to our Second Amendment rights. But he says, no, it's not even going to be effective. It's not even going to work. What we need is an assault weapons ban like I passed back in the 90s. And what we need is a 30-round magazine ban, make everybody a criminal. And we need to get that done, and I'm not going to rest until it's done. So for those of y'all out there who think that Joe Biden, the Democrats, and traitorous Republicans in the Senate won't ultimately stab you in the back, I don't know, it could be next week, could be next year, could be next month. Every time there is a shooting, and lo and behold, these shootings happen in the perfect time for the radical socialist Democrats in the deep state, in the swamp, to push gun control. Isn't that ironic? I have a lot of questions about these shootings, and I'm sure y'all do too. They always seem to happen when they need them. They always seem to happen when they need them. Guys, once again, let me know where you're watching from. My name is Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association. Sometimes you'll see me on here with a few or one of my colleagues. Tonight, I am running solo, recapping the big gun control extravaganza at the White House in Washington, D.C. today, guys. If you are not yet a member of the American Firearms Association, join up tonight at www.joinafa.com. That is www.joinafa.org. $35 a year, less than 10 cents a day. When you join, you get your official American Firearms Association membership t-shirt. You get your official membership decal. You get on our instant email, text, social media alert list. You get our monthly newsletter, guys. And you get the peace of mind at night knowing that your American Firearms Association is fighting for you, not only in the halls of Washington, D.C. or the Congress up there, but in state capitals across the country. And this past week, we were in federal court in Kansas City defending Missouri's Second Amendment Preservation Act. So all of y'all out there in Missouri, glad to see you here tonight. I was in Kansas City along with Aaron and Chris, who y'all know well, defending your SAPA law, guys. So if you want to support our work here at the American Firearms Association, join up at joinafa.org, joinafa.org. Pound that like button, pound that share button, and comment in the comments section and tell me where you are watching from. And quite frankly, it's quite a connection here with thousands of fellow gun owners and members of AFA across the country. And y'all are watching on nearly 24 stations right now, guys. Joe Biden on the North Lawn of the White House pushing the so-called assault weapons ban. You had Kamala Harris, and she's really coming hard after this so-called assault weapons ban. She's also going hard on abortion. I think I know what's going on here, right? Kamala is thinking she's next in line. How many of y'all out there actually think that Joe Biden is going to make it on the ballot or even make it to November of 2024? I don't think he's going to make it. And I don't think Kamala thinks Joe's going to make it either. And so she is running as hard left as she possibly can. And you're seeing that. She's on Slay the Nation on CBS on Sunday. Assault weapons ban. A week ago, assault weapons ban, assault weapons ban, assault weapons ban. Okay, she's running for president, guys, whether it be in 2020, whatever, or whether it be next year. She is running for president. She is the vice president. I saw a poll today, 64% of Democrats said they don't want Joe Biden to be on the ballot in 2024. Okay? Kamala knows that. She knows she has the power of the vice presidency, and she would probably be top on the list to run as the Democrat nominee. Of course, they would have a very spirited and nasty primary, which we hope they tear each other apart in that. But she would certainly do that, guys. And you were seeing her and then going hard left. And also what's going on here, many of us across the country are paying $4, $5, $6 a gallon for gas. We're all paying more for groceries, for clothes, for maintenance on everything, for energy costs, for housing. For those of y'all who rent, you're paying more for rent. And so the Democrats, their strategy quite clearly at the moment in the fake news media is guns and abortion, guns and abortion, guns and abortion. They're hoping they can get gas prices down a little bit. They're hoping they can push out their fake jobs numbers. They're hoping they can pump up the stock market a little bit and then focus your attention on these also convenient mass shootings and abortion. It's not going to work. And we're not going to let it work. And we're not going to let these stupid Republicans off the hook either. While I'm on the subject of Kamala and Joe, I want to ask y'all, I'm going to ask y'all to comment right now in the comment section. Let me know who you support on the Republican side in 2024. Are you a Donald Trump person? Would you vote for Trump? Would you vote for DeSantis? Would you vote for this guy Northam who said, or not Northam, but the guy who won in Virginia? His name escapes me at the moment. Is it Northam? No, that's the current Virginia or the former Virginia governor. I'll think of his name here in a minute. I'll Google it actually. Youngkin. Are you Trump or are you DeSantis? Trump or DeSantis? I'm seeing a lot of comments in there. Somebody said Ted Cruz, Lion Ted. And if it's none of them, let me know who you would support there, guys. If it's somebody else, if you supported me, then put my name in there. I doubt you would. I want no part of elected office. A lot of Trump, a lot of DeSantis. But here's the thing. We have 4 or 5 months, I guess 5 months now, 4 months, I'm sorry. Less than 4 months, less than 120 days until the November election. We saw it in the spring with the VAWA fight, the so-called Violence Against Women Act. Republicans sold you out. They voted for gun control. We fought it like dogs, and you fought alongside with us. We saw this fight a couple of weeks ago that lasted for almost 6 weeks. Republicans sold you out. If you don't think Republicans can sell you out with a mass shooting that's high profile enough, heaven forbid we have another shooting. Heaven forbid another shooting that kills 30, 50, 60 people, kids. You don't think these Republicans will stab you in the back again? Of course they will. Of course they will. I think on the so-called assault weapons ban, it's a lot more difficult to get there for a lot of them. But I think you'd have a lot of them there. I think you'd have Rob Portman in Ohio. I think you'd have Pat Toomey in Pennsylvania. I think you'd have Roy Blunt in Missouri going out in a flame of glory with a little gun control. I think they'd all be there. And that is why we must be alert and ready when Joe Biden, like he did today, 11 a.m. this morning, standing on the north lawn of the White House, the people's house, right? Or is that the Congress? Is that the Capitol? I don't know what it is. I have to look that up. Standing, I will not stop until he gets an assault weapons ban, until he gets a magazine ban, until he gets it all. That is who they are. And you must be in the fight, guys. And that's why I'm asking y'all tonight, join up below at joinafa.org. That is www.joinafa.org. Join up tonight. If you're just now joining us, guys, we are discussing the gun control talk and celebration on the north lawn of the White House. There's a Chip Roy fan there. There's Tom. Today, where Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and hundreds. If you saw the crowd, it was a big crowd. Hundreds of gun control activists were there, politicians. John Cornyn of Texas was there, front row. I saw Chris Murray. I saw Biden he even got heckled by a left-winger who wasn't happy that he didn't get more. That he didn't get more gun control. And of course, Joe's like, let him talk. There's Nicholas Stewart is in from Wheeling, West Virginia. New member of the American Firearms Association. But if you people think that these communists in the White House and these communists in the Congress are not ready to choke, not ready to choke an assault weapons ban down your throat, then you're confused. It is coming. In fact, next Wednesday, there's a hearing in the House Oversight Committee in the Congress on gun control. They're bringing in Dave. They've invited a couple of other people who manufacture AR-15, Smith & Wesson, a couple of others. Those companies, by the way, sell you out all the time when it comes to politics. They're really not good at politics, and they should stay out of it. Unless they want to give us money and let us do the politics. But they're not going to do what we want to do. We're not going to do what they want to do. But that gun control hearing is next week. And they're just laying in wait for the next shooting. They're ready. They're ready for it. And I haven't even mentioned Dettelbach, their new ATF director, who they're about to confirm through Congress. Chuck Schumer's down with COVID at the moment. Pat Leahy of Vermont is down with a hip or a knee or something. That nasty Donane Dick Blumenthal from Connecticut is sick at the moment with COVID. So Democrats are down a few votes. The problem is, to confirm Dettelbach, they've got a bunch of Republicans like Rob Portman of Ohio and Susan Collins of Maine. So we're expecting that to come down the pike this week or next, depending on when they have all the votes in there to ram it down our throats. And who knows what damage Dettelbach is going to do, guys? Who knows? Who knows what Dettelbach is going to do? But the fight is here now. It was here with us 6 weeks ago when that fight in Congress started. It was here with us a month ago. It was here with us last week, and it's here with us now. These people do not sleep. They're reptile people. I say that facetiously, but they really are. These people live to take away your rights and to more importantly, for the focus of this show, to destroy your Second Amendment rights. And that's why we always must be on alert and be active and be involved in the Second Amendment movement, particularly with the American Firearms Association or whatever state group you have where you live. It could be in Georgia, could be in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Missouri, all over the country. Join up with your state group there. Join up with the American Firearms Association today at www.joinafa.org, guys. www.joinafa.org. Join tonight. Richard is in as a new member of the American Firearms Association from Durham, New York. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for coming in, my man. We've got Robert is in. Paul is in. Ocelia is in. James is in as a new member of the American Firearms Association. Norman is in as well as a new member of AFA, guys. Join up tonight at joinafa.org. For those of y'all just now joining us, Patrick Parsons here, the American Firearms Association Executive Vice President, coming to you live a little late night. At least it's late on the East Coast or out east. Some of y'all out west, what is it, 6:30 out there, Mountain Time, you're 7:30, Central 8:30. We're broadcasting on nearly 24 channels across the country. Thousands and thousands and thousands of y'all will be watching before the end of the night. And hopefully dozens of y'all will be joining, because that's usually what happens every show. If you don't know much about us, join up at joinafa.org or go over to our website, AmericanFirearmsAssociation.org. Go to any of our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Gab, Telegram, Instagram. But most importantly, get on that email list. Okay? Get on that email list, guys. We want to keep y'all up to date. As things happen, Congress is back in session this week. They're dealing with the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. My understanding is that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amendments, maybe over 1,000 amendments on the NDAA. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that for any potential gun control that comes down the pike, particularly over in the House. But it's a big, fat mess in the swamp. Is it savable? Is the swamp savable? Or should we just be fighting at the state level all the time, guys? Because over the past 12 years, we passed hundreds of pro-gun pieces of legislation in almost 30 red states across the country. Going to happen in blue states? No. You get gun control there. Red states? Yes. We've got, 25 constitutional carry states. SAPA, we passed in Missouri. It's the next frontier in the gun rights movement. Stand your ground. I saw the bodega owners up in New York the other day. Today, they want stand your ground in New York. And I can almost guarantee you that most of these guys are Democrats. But when a thug walks into your bodega with a knife and begins to plunge it into your neck, then yeah, you should be able to stand your ground. And you should be able to put one temple, center mass, and put him down until he stops and is dead. Kill or be killed. Have you seen the video from New York? The bodega guy was dead, man. They're going to kill him. But he fought back. But in New York, they don't have stand your ground. You have a duty to retreat, man. Retreat. Yeah, you got nowhere to go. Oh, I need to retreat. It's a bunch of bull crap, man. So I firmly believe that with all the craziness that's going on in the world, all the sin that is happening from the highest levels all the way down to the bottom, I still believe that we are winning and we're going to win. And we're going to beat back these globalists. We're going to beat back the swamp. We're going to beat their political heads in. Political, okay? It's political. It's not literal for those Fed boys out there watching. Man, we saw a bunch of Fed boys out at the courthouse in Kansas City. It's classic. Khaki shorts, khaki pants, tactical style, tactical shirt, you know, almost like you'd go fishing, one of those like Columbia fishing shirts, you know, keeps you cool. Sunglasses, hair like this, sort of, right? Black glasses. They were everywhere. They were like coming to get their assignment at the courthouse in Kansas City. Fed boys. So if you're watching political beatings, Fed boys, you can write that down. Okay? Political beatings, not physical, political. Communists. So guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us here tonight. Have a great night. I know some of y'all are still going on. I still have hundreds and hundreds of y'all on all over the country. I can see the numbers aggregated right here. But just wanted to keep you updated on what's happening in Washington, D.C. Keep you updated on what happened today at the White House in Washington. Biden is hell-bent, his own words, on passing a so-called assault weapons ban. And we're just not going to let it happen. Susan is in. Thank you, Susan. Susan from Kennesaw, Georgia. How about that? Where my family lives. How about that? A little Kennesaw action. See where you live, Susan. Yeah, I'm looking you up. Oh, okay. Not too far from. Very cool. Not far from me at all. Awesome, Susan. Thank you so much for joining. I can't say thank you enough on behalf of myself and the staff at the American Firearms Association and our numerous state groups all over the country, guys. We're the organization that kicks butts names in state capitals across the country and in the capital of Washington, D.C., and in courthouses. But we love y'all. Thank you. We can't say it enough. Oftentimes, people don't say thank you anymore. What do you think about that? Like, I'm 40 this year. I turned 40. Do I look 40? You guys think I look 40? If you think I look 40, comment in the comments sections. I kind of think I look younger. And I'm happy about that. I'm actually kind of happy about that. But you know what? When you get to a certain age and you start seeing things more clearly than you saw when you were much younger. There's my man Ray Blankenship. Got his t-shirt the other day. I saw you, Ray, at the pro-life rally wearing the tee. Love it, man. We're the pro-life gun organization here at AFA, and we ain't got no shame about that. We're the pro-life gun group. Yeah, write it down, Fed boys. Yeah, so you get to be 40. Mike says, you don't look 40. Look, see, I'm like flattering myself now. Danielle says, I look 25. How about that? I got 4 kids and a wife, believe it or not. And that's light for this organization. But you start to look at things a little differently the older you get, right? Time passes quicker. Your kids grow up fast. Your parents get older. Your grandparents sometimes are gone. But you start to see the value of saying thank you in good times and bad times, right? So I want to say, Brian says I look 40. Brian says I look 40. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. He's almost 59. Oh, you look 40. Appreciate it, my friend. Steve says I need to come on his podcast. Steve, send me an email. php@amfirearms.org. php@amfirearms.org. But when you say thank you, and we want to say thank you to our members and supporters, how many times do you give an organization or a politician, they never say thank you? Terry says, didn't receive my t-shirt when I joined. Terry, massive backlog, couple thousand actually, that we're getting out here soon. We've had so many new members come in. I'm glad you asked. It's coming. Mike is in as a new member. Thank you, Mike, from Walnut Cove, North Carolina. I'm sure it's beautiful over there. North Carolina is a beautiful state. But we just want to continue to say thank you and how we are in this fight with y'all. We're not arrogant. We don't change when we achieve something like so many politicians do. They become bigger than what they were, right? They change. We're not going to do that. We always love y'all. We always fight on the same team. Win or lose, we're going to fight with everything we have. And you're a major part of that. I know all of y'all can't do it on a daily basis, but we do. It's what we do for our life's work. And we know there's a lot of competition out there for your gun rights dollars. We ask that you follow us, you look into us. The more the fake news writes badly about you, the better you're doing, is the way I see it. And we just want to say, and we can't say it enough, there's Josh, thank you for all of your support. Chris, what's happening tonight, man? Getting shut down by Scherzer? I'm not happy about this. What's the score? Okay, we got to run, it looks like. I'll check in on that when this is over. But thank you guys for your support. We're going to put this on Rumble. You can go watch it there if you want to watch it. Watch the replay. We'll be back soon. Check your email. There's lots of fights going on in Washington, D.C. and across the country. Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of AFA, signing off. Join up at joinafa.org, joinafa.org, and become a member today. We will talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye, guys.